Hi Geniuses! Today we're going to work on 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication. We have an example problem right here. 2 digits on the top times 2 digits on the bottom. Remember, digit is just another word for number, so here we have 2 numbers on top and 2 numbers on the bottom. We're going to start off by going through the steps that help us do 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication. We always start with the digit or the number that's in the ones place of the bottom number. So we take that number and we multiply it by the ones place in the top number. We know that 6 times 4 is 24. So we put down the 4, we regroup a 2, and we're ready to continue. So now we do 6 times 1, the ones place times the tens place. 6 times 1 is 6, but we can't forget our regrouped number. 6 plus 2 is 8. Now that we've finished with our ones digit, it's time to move on to our tens digit. But before we do that, there's 2 things we need to do. The first is we want to erase our regrouped digit. We won't need it anymore, and by erasing it, we're making sure that we're not going to get confused. The second thing we need to do is put a 0 in the ones place of the second partial product. The ones already had an opportunity to go first, and now it's the tens turn. And the way that we make sure that that will happen is by blocking off the ones spot, so the tens spot gets to be the first one. So now, instead of the ones digit, we start with the tens digit that's in the bottom. And we do the tens place times the ones place. 2 times 4 is 8. And then the tens place times the tens place. 2 times 1 is 2. If you remember, each of these numbers is called a partial product. The word partial means part. So each of these 2 numbers is part of the final product. In order to get the final product, we need to add our partial products together. Remember, we always add from right to left. 0 plus 4 is 4. 8 plus 8 is 16. We regroup. Oh no, it is very hard to write upside down. I'm sorry about that. There we go. 16 and 2 plus 1 is 3. So we've got it. 14 times 26 equals 364. Now it's going to be your turn to try a problem. Try this problem using your whiteboard. Please pause the video now, and when you finish working, press play and we'll go over it together. I hope you've enjoyed the problem. It's now time to see if you got it right. And for people who are having a little bit more difficulty, it's another opportunity to see the steps in action. Remember, we start with the ones place of the bottom number, and we multiply the ones place in the bottom times the ones place in the top. I'll draw a little arrow in there so everybody knows. 6 times 4, again, like our first problem, 24. We put down the 4 and we regroup the 2. 6 times 3 is 18, but let's not forget about our regroup number. 18 plus 2 is 20. As we talked about, before we move on to the second partial product, we need to erase the regroup digit, and we need to add a 0 to the ones place of the second partial product so that the tens can have their opportunity to go first. So now we're working with our tens digit. We're going to go over this time. 1 times 4 is 4, and 1 times 3 is 3. But we're not done yet. Right now we have 2 partial products, and in order to get that whole product, we're going to need to add them together. 4 plus 0 is 4. 4 plus 0 again, still 4. 2 plus 3 is 5. So 34 times 16 is 544. Great job, geniuses. If you still need more practice, feel free to start the video again and watch it through. Seeing the problems and working on them together will help you become an even stronger multiplier.